Nestled in the bustling city of Kathmandu, a tale of terror whispers through the streets, a tale of an abandoned mansion and its restless spirits. This is not your average ghost story. It's about a mansion standing tall yet deserted, in the heart of Kathmandu, the vibrant capital of Nepal. A city known for its joy, culture, and high-tech developments, but also for a tale that sends shivers down the spines of its inhabitants. In the well-known town of Kathmandu, among people of different races and religions, a story circulates like an eerie wind. They say an unrest spirit glooms in an old mansion. The mansion, once a beacon of grandeur and opulence, now stands as a symbol of fear and mystery. It's believed that those who dare to venture too close to the mansion simply vanish, leaving no trace behind. But as chilling as the tale is, there are always those who are drawn to the unknown, those who brave the odds to uncover the truth. Enter our group of young researchers, Deepak, Roshan, Shri, and Bishal. 4 young men, daring and determined, ready to challenge the legends and reveal the mansion's secrets. On a quiet Saturday night when the town sleeps and the mansion looms under the moonlight, they gather their gear. Armed with cameras, recording devices, and a hint of trepidation, they find themselves standing at the mansion's front gate. Deepak, the most cautious of the group, voices his fears, but the others are quick to reassure him. They believe it's just a tale, a story made up to scare the locals, and they are there to debunk it. With a collective breath, they step forward. The mansion's door creaks open slowly. The chill of the night makes them shiver, but they press on. They enter the pitch-dark mansion, their hearts pounding, their senses alert. Little do they know, they are about to embark on a journey that will change their lives forever. And so, under the cloak of the night, with a mix of fear and determination, they find themselves standing before the ominous mansion. Their journey into the unknown has just begun. As the heavy doors creak open, they step into an abyss of silence, their hearts pounding in the pitch darkness. The mansion, once a beacon of joy and prosperity, now stood as a chilling monument to the unknown. It was as if time itself had stopped, its eerie silence punctuated only by the distant chirping of crickets and the buzzing of flies. Their flashlights reveal a startling sight: portraits. But these were not the grand, regal portraits one might expect in a mansion of such stature. No, these were ghastly, grotesque depictions, almost too horrific to look at. The portraits were of people, faces twisted in terror, their bodies contorted in unnatural ways. They were the missing townsfolk, their images immortalized on the mansion's walls. The blood-red paint used was so vivid, so realistic, it seemed like it was still wet, still dripping from the canvas. But something was off. Among the grotesque gallery, one painting seemed to move. A subtle shift, a slight sway, as if the figure trapped within the canvas was alive. Roshan, the most courageous of the group, stepped forward, brandishing his knife. With a swift motion, he drove the blade into the canvas. A shadowy figure leapt from the painting with a chilling, inhuman cry that echoed through the mansion. It was a sound no living being could make, a sound that struck terror into their hearts. The figure darted away, disappearing into the upper floors of the mansion. The boys stood rooted to the spot, their minds struggling to comprehend what they had just witnessed. Their breaths came in ragged gasps, their hearts pounding in their chests. The mansion was not just a house. It was a living, breathing entity, filled with an unseen terror that was beyond their worst nightmares. With a chilling cry echoing through the halls, they now know they're not alone in the mansion. Deepak, knocked out cold, wakes up to find himself alone in the dark, his friends nowhere to be seen. In the pitch-black void, Deepak feels a rising wave of panic. A thick silence fills the air, broken only by the sound of his own frantic breathing. He fumbles for his torch, the feeble beam of light piercing the darkness like a fragile lifeline. As he navigates the eerie stillness, a horrifying sight stops him in his tracks. There, in the cold glow of his torch, lies a corpse. The blood hasn't dried yet, its color still a fresh, vibrant red. The sight of the lifeless body sends a shiver down his spine. This corpse is different from the others. It's fresh, as if it's full of life. A chill runs through him as he inches closer, the beam of his torch illuminating the disturbing scene. Suddenly, the body's hand shoots out, grabbing hold of his own. He jerks back in terror, but the grip is strong, unyielding. The eyes snap open, glowing red in the darkness. The body begins to change, turning red as fresh blood starts to pool on the floor. Deepak wrenches his hand free, turning to run, his heart pounding in his chest. His voice echoes through the mansion as he calls out for his friends. Shri, Roshan, Vishal. The only response is his own voice bouncing off the cold, unfeeling walls. But then he hears something else. Faint voices, as if from another world. It's his friends, their voices filled with fear. In a sudden realization, Deepak understands that he's not just lost in the mansion. He's lost in the spirit world. A world where the living are unseen, their voices unheard. A world where the dead walk and the living are lost. Despite this, Deepak refuses to give up. He knows he must find his way back to his friends, back to the world of the living. He continues to call out, even as he knows his voice cannot reach them. His calls for help echo through the mansion, unheard by his friends who are dealing with their own terror. The spirit, now visible, is on the hunt, its eyes burning with a haunting red glow. It's a race against time as the friends, Shri, Roshan, and Bishal, try to evade this spectral menace. Like mice in a cat's world, they scurry through the winding halls of the mansion, their hearts pounding in their chests as they dodge the spirit's relentless pursuit. Every shadow seems alive, every creak a threat, every moment teetering on the edge of eternity. The mansion, once a source of intrigue, has now become a labyrinth of fear. Yet amidst this chaos, they muster the courage to fight back. Using the few tools they have, their cameras, their recording devices, and their sheer willpower, they try to fend off the spirit. A flash from a camera here, a swing of a makeshift weapon there, they make their stand. It's no longer about proving a tale or debunking a myth, it's about survival, their friends' survival. As they regroup, taking a moment's respite in a hidden corner of the mansion, they realize the truth. Deepak is not with them. Deepak is not unconscious. Deepak is lost in the spirit world. The realization hits them like a punch to the gut. Fear gives way to resolve, and resolve solidifies into a plan. They know what they must do. They must confront the spirit. They must face the very embodiment of their fears and pull their friend back from the brink. So they gather their strength, steel their nerves, and prepare for the final confrontation. The plan is simple: distract, confront, and save. But nothing is simple when you're dealing with the supernatural, when you're in a haunted mansion, when your friend's life hangs in the balance. Yet they are determined, they are resolute, they are ready. In a desperate bid for survival, they make a plan to confront the spirit and save their friend. With fear fueling their resolve, they face the spirit, their only hope being to free Deepak and escape the mansion. The three remaining friends, Roshan, Shri, and Bishal, stand their ground, their hearts pounding like war drums in their chests. The spirit, a swirling mass of darkness and malice, looms over them, its terrible energy sending chills down their spines. But they do not falter. Roshan, the bravest among them, steps forward, brandishing a silver amulet they had found earlier in the mansion. "Go back to where you belong!" he shouts at the entity, his voice echoing through the grim mansion. The spirit recoils, shrieking in anger, but it does not retreat. Meanwhile, Shri and Bishal frantically search for a way to reach Deepak, lost in the spirit world. They find a dusty old tome, its pages filled with ancient rituals and incantations. With no other options left, they begin to chant, their voices merging with the eerie silence of the mansion. Suddenly, there's a loud crash. Deepak falls through an ethereal portal, gasping for breath. He's back from the spirit world, but the danger isn't over yet. The spirit, enraged by their audacity, lunges at them. But they're ready. With adrenaline coursing through their veins, they make a mad dash for the mansion's entrance, the spirit hot on their heels. The mansion seems to twist and turn around them, an endless maze of terror. But they don't stop. They can't. Not when freedom is so close. Finally, they see it. The front door. With one last burst of energy, they throw themselves out of the mansion, collapsing on the front lawn just as the sun begins to rise. The spirit, unable to leave the mansion, wails in fury before disappearing back into the shadows. As dawn breaks, they stumble out of the mansion, forever scarred by the night of terror. But they're alive, they've survived, and as they look back at the mansion one last time, they know they've not only faced their fears but also uncovered the chilling truth of the haunted mansion of Kathmandu. As the first rays of the sun pierce through the gloomy clouds, casting a warm glow over the haunted mansion, our survivors Roshan, Shri, Vishal, and Deepak find themselves sprawled on the front lawn, their nightmarish ordeal finally over. They share a look, their eyes reflecting a shared understanding of the terrifying adventure they've just lived through. Their bodies are bruised, their spirits almost broken, but they've survived. They've won. "No one would ever believe us," Roshan murmurs, his voice hoarse from the night's events. The others nod in agreement. Too much had happened, and it was better left unsaid. A pact of silence is made then and there, a secret they would carry to their graves. In the following days, they return to their normal lives, their routines providing a comforting sense of normalcy. But the memory of the mansion lingers, like a ghost they can't shake off. It haunts their dreams, turning their nights into a replay of the terrifying events. They find solace in each other, their shared experience creating a bond stronger than any they've ever known. As the video fades out, the voiceover concludes, "Though they've escaped the mansion, they can't escape the memories." The haunting of Kathmandu has left a lasting mark on their lives, a chilling reminder of the night they stared death in the face and lived to tell the tale. Or rather, not tell. As the last word echoes, the screen goes black, setting the stage for the end sting of the video. Exactly 1 year later, the four friends find themselves standing once again before the looming structure of the haunted mansion. It's as if an invisible force has drawn them back, an unresolved chapter beckoning. "Back to where it all began," Shri murmurs, her gaze fixed on the mansion. The others nod, their faces set in grim determination. It's a silent agreement, unspoken but understood. They're here to face their fears once again. This time, however, they're not the same naive adventurers who'd stumbled into the spirit world unprepared. They've grown, matured, and braced themselves for the worst. Their experiences have forged them into a formidable team, ready to face whatever the mansion throws their way. As they step into the mansion, the eerie silence sends a chill down their spine. But they march on, their resolve unshaken. Their eyes reflect a steely determination to confront the spirits, to end the haunting once and for all. The voiceover concludes, as they cross the threshold, they're aware that this will be their final confrontation. The haunting of Kathmandu is about to reach its climax. Will they succeed or succumb to the spirits? Only time will tell. As the voiceover fades, the screen goes black, leaving the viewers on a cliffhanger, setting the stage for the climactic end sting of the video. Underneath the silver glow of the moon, the mansion stands eerily silent, its haunting aura subdued. Our brave adventurers emerge, their faces lit with triumph and relief. "We did it," says Shri, her voice echoing in the quiet night. The others join in, their laughter ringing out, a stark contrast to the solemnity of the mansion. They've faced their fears, confronted the spirits, and emerged victorious. They share a moment, a silent celebration of their resilience and courage. As they look back at the mansion, it's no longer a symbol of terror, but a testament to their bravery. With one last glance, they turn their backs on the mansion, stepping away from its shadow and into the dawn of a new day. The voiceover concludes, "Thank you for joining us on this thrilling journey." If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more exciting content. Farewell, dear listens.